Aloha everyone, this is Yolanda Racinos and I'm sitting here with Stevina Kiabu, who is the owner of Coquitos Latin Cuisine. And Stevina, thank you so much for being here with us and share with us, how did you get started?
Okay, so the restaurant has been open for the past almost 10 years. We opened in 2012. My husband is actually a local guy from Waianae, so that's the reason why Coquitos is here. In the 1800s, we had a lot of Puerto Ricans that came to Hawaii. Mainly was brought in to teach how to grow pineapples and sugar cane. Some of them end up staying here. Of course, trying to do our cuisine and not being able to find the ingredients, a lot of things change. So that's the reason why you will see gandule rice here in Hawaii with black olives. Back at home in Puerto Rico, we use Spanish olives. So there's different little things that you will find, but still, it's Puerto Rican cuisine.
Yeah. What are some of the favorite dishes?
So here at the restaurant, we're well known for mofongo. We love plantains, so what we do is we take the plantain on the not ripe side, it has to be green. We fry them, and then we macerate it with garlic and bacon. We use bacon here. Of course, there's different versions. People use chicharrón, pork skin, yeah. But here we're well known for that one. So mofongo, the flank steak is very popular as well. Carne frita, we got pasteles, we got empanadillas, so alcapurria. So I try to bring a little bit of everything from back home.
So good. Before getting into the Puerto Rican food, you were doing pastries?
Yeah. So I'm a pastry chef by trade. I went to the Culinary Institute of America in New York. So that's where I got my degree, and I travel all over the East Coast. So that is my forte. I do pastries. So originally, Coquitos was supposed to be a bakery. But then, my husband was telling me, the type of food that you do, there's nobody else doing it here. So I think that if you don't want to feel homesick, maybe you should start cooking your food, and that will attract people who speak your language, because here in Hawaii you have Puerto Ricans, but they're like second and third generation, unfortunately, and most of them don't speak the language. So I was feeling homesick, and I wanted to speak Spanish, and he speaks a little bit, but it doesn't help. So by us doing this, or by me doing this, it feels a little bit like home. I get people who comes in, and the Puerto Ricans, they're from all over the place. You got Venezuela, you got Colombia, you got Mexicans. So it makes me feel a little bit closer to home.
So sometimes you have like special dishes depending on what's requested. Like, so if you get a lot of, let's say I'm Guatemalan, and you're like, let me try to do something Guatemalan, like, do you make that as a special for the day? Or
Absolutely. So we do have a lot of military that comes here. Most of these are, the young kids who miss home, who don't have their mom cooking.
Yeah.
So they tell me, oh, auntie, do you make this, or can you make this? So in the weekends is when I actually play with a lot of things. So I'm able to create a lot of stuff and be able to offer it to the customers.
So you're the main chef here, you and your husband, or do you get people to help you? Do you train people to cook the way you cook?
Yeah, I do. I had to. As I said, we've been open for 10 years, so we had to have staff help us out. And then I do have cooks that has been with me for the past, I would say, 8 years. And yes, I have one main cook who actually I have trained, and he's the only one I trust with my cooking. Because everything we make from scratch. So there's nothing that is store-bought. So we have to make our sofrito, we have to make everything from scratch here. So I have to make sure that they know, and the quality to control it has to match. So I'm very picky about that.
With everything that's going on with COVID, I noticed that you put your tables out here. Normally you have dining inside, and then you also have your patio, but I love this setup. I actually personally would prefer you have both. What are you doing as far as the COVID restrictions?
Okay, so because of the COVID, we have to we're very limited inside. Health department told us we was allowed to have only 3 tables, and my main concern was to make sure my staff was still working. So we decided to actually expand the outdoors to be able to have the amount of tables and be able to still keep my staff working. So we created this outdoor. We put some tents outside. We work on some tables, and whoever knows me, they know I'm very artistic. So I didn't want just a plain old picnic. Yep, me and my friend.
Wait, you designed the tables?
Yes, and my friend actually painted them. She's an amazing artist.
Yeah.
And Janelise have been. If you go inside my restaurant, you will see I have a lot of her artwork. And even our mural, if you go to the bathroom, there's always going to be little things here. It might be a small little joint, but we do have a lot of artwork. I like to personalize things, as you can see. So what we did was that we tried to expand the outdoors to be able to have people eat and sit down and relax, still following the social distancing rules.
And you also, people can order and you will run out and bring them their food?
Yeah, well, my staff will.
Of course, not you. I meant your girls.
Yeah, normally I'm in the back.
That's awesome.
But
That's good to know,
But yeah, absolutely. I want to make sure that people are able to enjoy. I personally don't like to order food and eat it in the car.
Yeah.
I want to be able to sit down and enjoy my meal. So that's the reason why mainly I decided to go and go ahead and make it more comfortable for the guests. We are already going through some hard times,
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that, people feel at ease and are able to relax a little bit in this craziness right now.
I hear you. I love it. And I just took a sip of this pina colada, which is amazing. It's so delicious. I'm gonna obviously stay here for lunch, but before we wrap up, where can the local community find you? Do you have a social media page and things like that?
Right now, you can look at us at Facebook, Coquitos Latin Cuisine, and we have Coquitos Hawaii Instagram.
Okay.
So you can find us there as well.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for being with us, and make sure you check us out at parkbench.com/Capole. This is Yolanda Recinos, and mahalo for being with us today. Thank you so much.